We are live, Dave. We are live.
Good evening and welcome. You used to say that was David Attenborough, but no, not David Attenborough.
Good evening and welcome.
Who said that though? Good evening.
You just said it.
I just said it, but it was. Oh God, who was it? I'm
pretty sure it was you that just said it, and then I just said it, and then you.
I'm sure it's an Attenborough. Good evening. No, it's not an Attenborough, is it? Oh, who was it?
Not an Attenborough? Was it a Dimbleby?
I was going to say, was it Dimbleby? Yeah, because there's a couple of them, weren't
there? Yeah, there was the dad and then the son, wasn't there? Like the Dimblebees.
It was a 60s or 70s show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like not Panorama, but it was something. It was something. Oh.
Going back now, Dave.
It was educational, wasn't it? It wasn't crappy, if you know what I mean.
It was educational, not like this shower of chai.
Well, you can't have everything, can you? You can't have good looks, not educational. Why I say?
Slippy says there's an echo.
No, it can't be me because I've only got my phone on. Hang on.
Is it just your phone on?
Yeah, nothing. I've got nothing else on whatsoever. I don't think hang on.
Because I can hear myself back when I talk to you, which is weird.
Like you, okay. Shouldn't be. Is it still there?
Is it still there? Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, hang on. Oh, should be like. You know what?
What about now?
Is that better?
That sounds better. No, it doesn't. I'm still there. Why is it doing that?
Where is the chat then? Oh, there, chat. Oh God. No. Can't see anything now.
No, Nigel. We knew that you were waiting, and we kept you waiting on purpose.
Are you on YouTube then, looking at the comments? Right?
I am on my phone, on my other phone.
Hang on, leave it.
Elan says, "Put your speakers off."
Me?
And then Elan says, "Put your mic off." Well, if we did that, then we wouldn't hear anything, would we?
Well, I've got microphone back. It can't be my laptop. I'm going to check up my laptop. You can't see the comments on here, can you?
Are you on your phone or your laptop?
No, phone. Yeah, phone.
I don't know why it's doing it.
Is this the same as what everybody else uses it? Like the Stevie?
Apparently somebody's mic is too loud, but I haven't adjusted anything.
I don't even know if I can adjust it, to be fair.
No. Settings. Audio.
Oh, right.
Echo cancellation is ticked. Have you ticked echo cancellation?
Who, me? What's that on then? Is that on your? Is that on? Oh, that bit. The press microphone, it just goes off, doesn't it? So what's that on then? Okay.
Now, does that sound any better?
You sound actually perfectly all right to me, and I sound all right to myself. But
you sound fine now.
That's
no, you don't.
I haven't touched it. I haven't touched anything. How many knives did you get today then? Did you get some? Did you get any knives?
Not 12 or 13, I think. Elan said, "Put your headphones in, Dave, for fuck's sake."
Why?
TK says audio settings, Dave.
Where is that?
If you go to more, can you see more on the bottom?
Settings. Oh yeah, got it. All right.
Audio.
Echo cancellation is on, and automatically adjust volume is on. Is that better now if I turn that off?
I'm not. No, it's still there. I don't know. It will stop if you put your headphones in. No, Tony, the problem is not with me because I do this every week.
I'm going back.
For fuck's sake, Tony.
I'm going headphones.
Try headphones. Slippy, my work phone is muted. Completely muted. Where did Dave go? Is it just me now? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's like we know what we're doing. It was Dave. Show a knife. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Someone show an egg. Look at this 1987 case hammerhead. Hang on, I think Dave's back. Let me get him in.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've got my headphones on now. Is that better or not?
Yeah, it sounds fine now.
I've got a miniature book, look.
Let's see what the audience says. Oh, you've got your
It does look, I mean, to be fair, it does look like a little buck, doesn't it?
Well, this is a case. Look. This is a case hammerhead.
Oh, it's not a buck, then. Oh, it's not a buck. Sorry.
No, I mean, it looks like a buck, but look at that.
I was going to say.
On the back there, case.
Oh, did you get that today, then?
Yeah, it's a 1987 hammerhead. I picked it up for 30 quid. I've just been given it a clean up because it's like new, but it was just a bit grubby.
That's a really big. That's not small, is it?
It's still got a factory edge on it.
That's nice, isn't it? Is that like a hollow grind, is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really nice, to be fair.
1983, blimey.
87, sorry. 1987.
87, I left school in 85, so I'd have been, 1987, I'd have been 17.
In 87, I was 13 when that was made.
I was 17. Blimey.
Yeah, I was really pleased. It seemed like the etching of the shark on the blade.
Yeah, I could see it, yeah.
Hammerhead.
It amazing. So it's not really been used then, has it? To be fair.
No, but it was really grubby, but the scales look like they're made out of ebony. It's really well put together.
Have you ever dropped one in an ultrasonic cleaner? Have you got an ultrasonic cleaner?
I haven't got one. I've been thinking about getting one. Sean got one a few weeks ago.
I use my friends. He dropped it around the other day because I clean my carburetors and stuff in it. But I have got a couple of knives, and I've always thought, I don't know if I can't see it damaging it, to be fair, but I'm going to stick them in there over the weekend.
I don't think you leave them in too long if they've got wooden scales because you don't want the wood to swell up.
Someone told me if you put it in a bag though, with the cleaning stuff in like a zippy, you know what I mean, like a jiffy bag, whatever you call them, zip, you know what I mean, the little bag. So he goes and then put that in it rather than filling the machine up full of stuff. Just put the knife with the stuff in a bag and then just put the bag in it.
Well, the one that Sean had, you just put it in with some warm water and like some of the liquid.
Yeah.
And I think you only put it in for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah. I was going to say about 5 minutes.
But the ones that
it'd fall apart.
But the ones that I was using years ago, it was like an oil-based solution, so you could actually put wood in it, and you could put it in for like an hour, and you get.
Right, yeah, it does come out. When I do carburetor sometimes, it's like, or just anything off a motorbike, and you stick it in there, and you put it in, and you think, Jesus Christ, it's absolutely filthy.
The amount of crap that comes up, all the stuff that's built around the screws.
Exactly. Yeah, just old bolts and stuff that you take a bolt out, and you think, oh, that's all right, and you put it in, and you think, blimey.
Then the water just turns black, and the bolt comes out like new.
I tend to. I don't tell my mum, but I stick them in the dishwasher first. so when she's gone to bed, I get all my motorbike bits out and I put them in the dishwasher and I give them a hot and then I'll stick them in the ultrasonic.
Does it work well?
Yeah, perfect. I've cleaned up loads of stuff in the dishwasher. I could just about get a wheel with no tire on it in there. I've never told my mum, but
I picked up one of these today, Dave, as well.
Oh, what's that? Spyderco what?
Right, it's a Japanese. It's the Salt series.
I've got Salt.
In the H1 still, so it's the early one.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Hang on. Yeah.
From Seiki City, Japan.
Oh, yeah, I have that one. In the plastic handle. Seiki City. My God, that's ugly. Look at it.
What? Which still
that's H1. That's H1.
Oh, yeah. This is H1. It's got that H1 etch on the blade.
Yeah, there. See, mine's got it. Yeah, on the top, look.
Yeah. Guess what I paid for this? It's like the box is a bit chewed up. It's still got the Heine label on it, but the knife is brand new. Guess how much I paid for it?
Oh,
what would you pay for it?
I was going to say you got it as a deal, 30 quid.
Paid a tenner for it.
Tenner, bloody hell! It's a bargain, isn't it? 10 quid. Did they not know what they were selling then, or was it just somebody just?
Do you know what? It was a brilliant stall. We got there. It was about the third stall in, and he had loads of slip joints, loads of old Sheffields. He had all kinds of stuff, and it was all in little like cabinets, and it was all really good. And I don't think he was really into like the modern stuff or the USA stuff.
He probably didn't know what it was worth.
No,
10 quid, that's a bargain.
This was at the end of the day. We were there, bought a load of knives, had a great big walk around. On the way out the place, we just stopped in, and we didn't see like the spider codes, but he said that he's put some more like stuff out, and he said, "Oh yeah, spider codes, £10 each."
Bloody hell.
So there was 3 of them.
That's the lockback the same as it. Is it a lockback the same?
It's a lockback, yeah, like a mid lock.
So what the scale is it? Black plastic or micarta or something?
Yeah, FRN scales.
Yeah, so just the same as that, but black, basically.
Yeah. But I think yours has got a different shape, isn't it?
What's that one? Is that the drop point? What's that one called? I like that one. That's my favourite shape because they do that in the UK PK, don't they? That shape. But
this is quite a bit bigger than a UK PK.
Oh God, yeah, way bigger. I haven't got a UK PK, on me. My son's got. Yeah, UK PK is tiny, isn't it?
Compared to
this is the same then, isn't it? I mean, I'm not sure whether it's exactly. It's just got the. I mean, to be fair, it is butt ugly, isn't it? But I quite like it. Do you know what? This actually saved the day once. When I was a couple of years back, I was on a canal boat, and it was my fault. I'd had too many glasses of wine, and you know when you wrap it round the like the bollards, whatever you call them, on the top of the lock. So you wrap your boat, the rope round it, and then it pulls you into the keep your boat from moving. Anyway, I'd wrapped it on, and I totally forgot, and I wasn't watching it, and it had snagged. And as the lock was going down, the tension on it was like unbelievable. I was like, "Holy crap!" So I got this out, and it sliced straight through it, and it went, and the boat dropped down. And I was thinking, do you know what? It could have like actually turned the boat over.
Was that in a lock as the water goes down?
In a lock, yeah.
You're not meant to tie off in the lock, are you?
No, well, you're supposed to tie off, but you're not supposed to put a knot in it, if you know what I mean. You're just supposed to loop it around once. It's meant to
just like,
so it slips, and I'd got it, and it snagged, and I was thinking, bloody hell, man. Yeah, I only live about a mile away from the canal. I can walk from my house, to be fair, the Grand Union. But yeah, it saved the day. I was thinking, bloody hell, it's a good job I had it in my pocket to cut the rope.
Damn straight.
I mean, it probably would have snapped it, to be fair. I don't know, to be fair, but yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I like that.
This is a different one.
I was going to say it's got a polished bolster on that one.
Yeah.
Blimey, what the hell is that?
I'm going to have to do a bit of research. It's not one that I know, but it's awesome. This is in the
it's awesome,
CTS. This is one from Taiwan.
Yeah.
This is in the CTS XHP still.
Yeah, I've got that on my.
Have you got the Chaparral?
Yeah, if I can find it.
That's a CTS.
Chaparral. You know when a knife like evades you in your drawer? You know when you can't see it? Blimey. Camouflage.
And then we've got a police model as well.
So the police is big, isn't it? That's bigger than the Para 2, isn't it, the police?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Jesus Christ. So you got all those for £10, so 3 knives for 30 quid?
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, surely the cheapest one's worth, second hand. It's got to be worth 50 or 60 quid, isn't it? Surely to God.
Well, that's what I thought. This is another knife? Japanese one. This one's in VG10.
It's the Chaparral. The Chaparral. Griff likes the Chaparral. Yeah, so the Chaparral, yeah. I
love the Chaparral, but you've got the
same as you, haven't I? Yeah.
I've got the lockback. You've got the slip joint, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's UK legal. Yeah. Do you know what? It's got a lovely action on it.
It's a lovely little knife.
I've never really carried it, to be fair. It's not. I've never had a chance to carry it. In fact, I might bring it when we go to Wales. Actually, for camping.
Well, I thought I'm going to grab these. I'm going to grab these Spydercos, and I'll probably sell them on. You know.
Yeah. Make some profit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't need any more Spydercos. I've got a lot of Spydercos.
Yeah, you've got. Yeah, I always look at the stovepipe and think, yeah, do you know what I mean? Stovepipe and the drunken. Am I the ones, the two eyed?
Stovepipe, drunken. That Techno's pretty good. Techno 2.
The Techno 2, yeah.
That's
I just think, I mean, I don't think they're overpriced. They're probably just priced as what they're worth. But I do think.
I think they're maybe a little bit overpriced, but not like Benchmade.
God, Jesus Christ. Those ones on the Highly Hands the other day, I was like, Jesus. I had to sit down. Yeah. It was a bug out for like 380 quid, wasn't it? Something.
Oh, no.
S30V. I can't warrant it, to be fair.
I don't think anyone can. I think they're going to start to lose sales.
I didn't realise because I can't think I was speaking to now. It might have been you, but I was you, wasn't it? I thought some of them were made in China, but they're all made in America, aren't they?
There was a range maybe in the 90s that were from Taiwan.
Yeah, he was like it was
but the rest, but all of the Benchmades are like USA. Yeah. Now they are.
Yeah, and the budget range, I can't think who was saying it. They were made in Taiwan, weren't they?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I think they're all made in.
What's that? When you say a long time ago, what, the 90s?
I think the 90s,
yeah.
I mean, you say that. I mean, the 90s was quite a long time ago now, Dave.
I know. Yeah, it was like 30, 35 years ago. You're right, aren't you? I mean, my God, I went to see. I was thinking what bands I saw in the 90s, and you think, and you look at those bands now, and you think, Jesus Christ, they're like.
Well, I remember going to bands that I saw in the 90s. I used to go and see Big Country quite a lot because I was a big fan of them.
Bloody hell, Big Country.
Yeah, and I used to go and see like the Cranberries.
Were they Scottish Big Country?
Scottish band, yeah. Stuart Addison, but
I do remember them.
Himself, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
In the Big Country was their favourite, the most famous.
In the Big Country, the Asir, yeah.
So they were the same sort of time as Simple Minds, or just a bit after?
Yeah. Oh, I used to go and see Simple Minds quite a lot. I used to love them live. Again, Scottish band.
Jim Kerr, Scottish.
Yeah, Jim Kerr and Charlie Burchill. Yeah.
Is that what I know Jim. So Charlie Burchill was what, the bass, was he, or lead?
The guitarist, yeah.
Yeah. Charlie Burchill. I've never seen them, to be fair, but I used to love to. I mean, I've still got. If I hunt it through my collection, I've still got them on vinyl somewhere. Simple Minds.
So good live. Good live. I picked up a 1960s Old Cross Electrician.
Was that metal? Is it? Or was that my?
It's an Alox.
Like an Alox, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the Old Cross, and it's got brass liners. And I picked this up today. That is lovely. I picked up a 74mm Ambassador, I think it is.
That's nice, isn't it?
And I picked this up for a fiver because it's
bloody hell. £5.
It's continued and it's got the scissors.
Right, nice. Proper scissors.
What else did I get today? I've got this.
Was that? It wasn't. It was like It was. They sold everything there, did they? Where you went to? It wasn't just
everything.
Yeah.
There was 6-foot brass stags. Clocks. Everything. It's everything.
They do some good stuff at the new. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Single bladed, lovely action on it. Dead centre.
Sounds nice.
Really, really little nice George Walton home.
Good condition.
Lovely. And this is a lovely George Walton home. It's a little penknife, but it's got twin springs on it that you can't really see it.
You see, I like my Worcester. No, it's Potatoes Eyewitness. It's got twin springs on it. I like twin springs,
but they're really thin, really well made.
So what's that? That's a double bladed at one end, is it? Is that?
Yeah, no, it's a blade at each end.
with a spring for each one. Yeah, I like that.
And the action on it's phenomenal, and it's in great knit.
Little pen blade, it's tiny, isn't it?
but it has two little really fine springs, which I thought was amazing.
I need to go to somewhere. I live tomorrow at Silverstone. They've got like the classic, like 1940s to 1970s classic sports car racing on.
Right.
And it's literally like 20. Well, if I went on a bike, it's 20 minutes from here, and it's like 18 quid to get in. I think, I might go watch some classic cars. I was going to go antique shopping because where I sort of live, there's quite a lot of antique shops, but I've not been in since last year. They didn't have a lot in there last year, to be fair. But the stock on them places sort of turns around quite a lot, doesn't it? But they're all indoor ones, you know what I mean? Like they're all. Well, I mean, they have some bloody awful stuff in there, but they do have. If you know where to look, they have quite a lot of knives in there, don't they? Just knowing where to look.
Well, it can always be a hit and miss, can't it?
Well, people like rent a pit, like a part of the antique shop, don't they? Have their stuff in there. Yeah. So people that are into that sort. I mean, there must be. I mean, within 10 miles of me, there's probably 10 or 15 antique shops, and I've not been since probably like summer last year. I need to go in there.
Tomorrow we're going to Barnsley. We're going to Elsecar Antiques Centre, and there's 120 sort of like different sellers in there. Yeah. So we're hoping to to find to spend more money.
Yeah, I'd like to buy. So I need to buy some. Like you said, if you buy 13 knives and you're only spending like 100 quid or whatever, then it's happy days, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's when you buy one and you're spending 300 quid. It's like, oh God, why? I've had to stop. To be fair, I way overspent in what are we now? April. I way overspent in February, March.
This is the thing, though, Dave, isn't it? It's
yeah.
If you pick up these old Sheffield knives, right, they're handmade, right?
Yeah.
So you're picking up a used handmade knife for like 10 or 12 quid or 20 quid.
Yeah.
So they do represent really good value.
Definitely. I think the problem is because it's all the stuff that you've done and with Matt and with TK, they have become so popular now, haven't they? That they go instantly. If you go back, I don't know, say 6 months, perhaps a little bit further than 6 months ago. If you went on Congies, right, he didn't have loads on there, but he would have Sheffield knives on there. And I wouldn't say nobody was buying them, but people weren't buying them instantly. Whereas now
they were on there for a while, weren't they?
And it's got it, they were on there for a few weeks at least, perhaps a month or so. And then now they're like literally the minute they're on, they're gone. Yeah. My son managed to collar one of those. Of the Ashley Harrisons last Thursday
night when we were doing the live.
Yes, he did 6 of them, didn't he? And on the live, my lad went and he sent me the link to it. And by the time I'd got there and thought, bugger it, I'm going to have one as well, they're all gone. But he managed to get one.
I think they went in about a minute and a half.
Oh God, yeah. I would say I messaged him when he went, they've all gone, and I was like, bloody hell. And
so I can tell you like the story of those, right? Ashley was making 10 of those, and they are 10 knives that are made for Arthur Wrights, but they get sold on Insta.
Yeah.
When me, Slippy, Paddy, and Judd went there on Monday, Ashley was like still making them, and they were in a tray, and there was 10 of them, and there was meant to have been 10 going up for sale on Instagram.
Right,
but we all saw them and went, "Oh, look at these!"
Yeah.
So we all got one. We all prepaid for one. Yeah. So there was 10. Now there's only 5.
Yes, my lad got number 5.
we paid full up price for them because they were and that. But to make ours slightly different because of our visit and stuff, we had the worked back spring and the worked blade.
Yeah, because the ones my lad's got hasn't got the work blade. Yeah.
So there's 5 with work blades. It's
still a lovely knife. Right.
Stunning. And they smell amazing.
I've not smelt it. No, because I've not seen it yet.
Oh, okay. It's that third burl. It smells amazing. It's a bit like that juniper wood.
He's took it tonight with him while camping.
Has he really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, because he's doing his doctorate in chemistry, so he works in a laboratory, so he can actually take a knife to work with him because he uses it for opening
Yeah.
the whatever. I mean, I
Anything,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're quite cool with it. And he bought his boss one for Christmas. Not an Ashley Harrison. I can't remember what he bought him now. And his boss loved it. You know, his boss is Portuguese, but I think he's lived in England for like the last 30 years or something like that. And he loved it. But yeah, he's took it tonight with him. I said, "What are you taking?" He went, "Taking the new Ashley."
So yes, so there was going to be 10 of them for sale, but there ended up being 5 because we snuck in there first.
So there's only 5 with the worked blade then,
and 5 with the work back spring. Yeah,
because I did think that. I said to Finn, I said, "Has he got a work blade?" And he went, "No." I said, I'm so now I understand how you explained it to me. So yeah, we made. How long did it? So they weren't assembled then. I take it. Does he do the blade before it's assembled? Filing it, or is it after?
Yes.
Before?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does the blade and the spring off of the knife, and then they're just pinned. But they're just held together with like pins.
Yeah, I see them on the
great big long pins, and they're all
big long pins.
Up.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because that stuff last night on Paddy's was brilliant, weren't it? It was so educational.
Oh, it was great. That's a little Rogers that I picked up, like a little whittling knife.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Oh, it's really nice. Tiny again, like the 2-spring whittler.
Yeah, I've got lots of. In fact, let me draw over there. I've got a lot of little Sheffield pen knives. Like, well, that's a lot. I've probably got like a dozen.
I don't remember how much I paid for this one. Elan, what polish do I use? I use Soville Autosol.
Oh, do you?
Or I use Smurf Poo, but Smurf Poo won't be around for like much longer.
Is it going? Oh, good.
I believe it's a husband and wife team, and they're going to pack in. They're retiring. Yeah.
I've got shitloads left. Like, literally, I've had that about. God, I must have had it 5 years. I've still got that much left.
It's made in England, isn't it? But it's but it's a bit like case paste,
It's just a gritty sort of gritty. I don't ever polish. I've never had anything that I've actually used a polish to refurb it. If you know what I mean.
Well, I've had to. So this, as I was showing earlier, this case hammerhead. It's like new, but it was like the brass was really sort of going a bit green on it and stuff. Yeah. So I've got some case paste on there, and I've been just doing like the bolsters and stuff, and it's been coming up really nice.
And you just use a cloth, do you?
I use one cloth to put it on.
Yeah.
Another cloth to polish it off, and then I give it a rub down with like oil just to take off the blackness. Yeah.
See, I've got like some buffing stuff in the garage, so if I was going to do it, I'd probably I've got like a little buffing wheel sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. If you've got a buffing wheel set up, that's brilliant. Just on like a little motor, because you can have 2 wheels, can't you? Yeah, I've got a buffing wheel. I've got the ones that you put in your drill, like a little sort of inch and a half wide, sort of with it that just spin on like a pointy, like a drill bit with a spiral sort of thread on the end of it. You just twist them on. You just twist them on, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I think that was probably my purchase of the day. Was the case.
How much was that?
But I do like the IXL. So that case hammerhead was 30.
Bloody hell! I don't know.
USA made 1987. I picked up an Imperial Barlow USA.
Oh, so that's nice, isn't it?
Well, this was.
I need to get out there. I don't put it off. Something else always comes up. I think, right, I'm going to go to the antique shop. And I think, no, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? But tomorrow, I'm going to get up early. I think they open. I don't know what time.
£6.
£6, bloody hell. Probably cost more than that. I mean, how old was that?
I don't know. Slippy would know.
80s?
Maybe, yeah.
£6.
I know.
It's mad, isn't it?
At first, it was like £7.
What could you buy off Heine Haynes for £6? Absolutely bugger all, could you? You could probably buy yourself a lanyard, but you could buy yourself a bit of paracord. You're not going to buy a knife, for £6.
got the 3 Spydercos, I've got the Case Lockback, I've got the 2 IXLs, I've got the Rogers, I've got the Imperial, got 2 Victorinox. Oh, and I've got a Victorinox Swiss Champ, you know, the really big one.
Yeah.
Brand new in the leather SOS patch with the Maglite torch, the pencils, the sewing kit, all that for like 50 quid.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Look, got a mosquito. Mosquito in the room.
That's a bit early for them. It's going to bite you.
I know, it just landed right in front of us. Little bugger. Little bugger. You going out tomorrow night shopping?
We are, yeah. So we're off to Barnsley tomorrow. I'm meeting.
Oh, you said sorry, yeah, Barnsley, didn't you?
Yeah, meeting Sean, Slippy, and Lynn.
Barnes is inland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
sort
just above Sheffield.
Straight up,
Just above
isn't it? Yeah, I was going to say straight up.
It's the next 2 like junctions past Sheffield. Is like Barnsley, so it's not far. It's only 8.5 miles away.
So what county is it in? It's still in
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Right, yeah.
My son's girlfriend, she lives in where Richie Sunak comes from. That's Yorkshire, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, he lives in York. Oh God, I can't think. So if I said it, you'd know where it is. A posh little village in Yorkshire.
Slippy said that's probably 70s.
No, is it? God, I like that.
It's got a slightly pushed in bolster. I think you can just see that, but it works fine. Yeah. But that, you know,
£6 bloody quid.
You can't turn them down, can you? Not for that much.
No. I definitely need to go out. I think if I remember right, the last time I went, they had loads of Mother of Pearl, because Mother of Pearl is like, I'm going to say you love it or you loathe it, because that's probably a bit harsh, but
no, you're probably right. You're probably right. It's a bit fancy, isn't it? It's a bit in your face. Yeah. Mother of toilet seat.
And I looked at it and I thought, I don't know if I like bloody Mother of Pearl. You know what I mean? But no, I haven't got one Mother of Pearl knife. Or have I? No, I haven't. No, not one. I've been carrying my Ashley today, which is what is that one actually called? That one, but I'm not.
That's a Senator.
That's a Senator without a bolster.
But without the bolsters, yeah, because it's got the single piece Mike Carter handles. Do
you know what? It's absolutely perfect for just sticking in your pocket because it's so light. It's light, isn't it?
Yeah, so light and yet so strong. Yeah,
yeah, and you forget it's in there, and it's. I would have had 5, but I've got 3 myself. I've given 2 to my son. Well, not actually giving him 2. I've given him 1, and the one that I wish I hadn't got rid of, the one with the big spade that he did about Christmas time.
Yeah, with
the walnut handles. I thought, bloody hell, I should have given him a Rough Rider. Trouble is, because I've educated him so well, he knows his bloody knives now. So you can't get anything past him. You can't say, it's only, and he'll go, but you know. I thought, bastard.
Slippy picked up a new Ashley yesterday from the famous Sheffield shop.
Oh right.
It is absolutely stunning. Put it this way, it was absolutely stunning, but he's been using it all day today, and it doesn't look quite as stunning there. But
he's been eating too many sausages and too much bacon.
Pretty much, yeah. It's had steak on it and everything. But so it's a single-bladed Ashley Barlow. It's 01 tool steel blade, but highly polished. It's worked back spring and worked back blade.
Yeah.
Flat bolsters, and it's jigged buffalo, but it's quite slim.
Nice. Sounds nice.
And it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really nice.
So is that one's cool? Is that the vine pattern then? That one?
That's chased. That's done by Michael Harrison. That is chased.
So, who's that one done by them? That's done by. That's done by Ashley, is it?
That's double. Is that a double vine? It could be actually. It could be Michael. So that's done by Michael.
And then it's got the same on the liners, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's done by.
I was
Michael.
looking at it after watching Paddy's last night. I looked at it and I thought, you know what? To be fair, to see how he did it, and he did it so quickly, didn't he? And I know that it's muscle memory, isn't it, really, to be fair. but it still was bloody amazing. So I think to myself,
But you know
to have
what,
that
right? So
dexterity.
yeah, so they put that. So he puts that little bat spring in those special holders that he's got for the vice. He makes all those chisels. All of his chisels, he's like made himself, and he's got a little grinding wheel, and he puts the perfect tip on, and then he just does it by hand.
I know, and he does it that one piece, and it comes off in one thing. What do you call it?
That one piece of curve comes all the way off in like one piece, and
it's great.
Then and then he can either go over it again, or then he does the offshoots.
Do they heat treat that then after they've done that, or it's
pre-heat treated?
Yeah, I was going to say
first. Yeah,
I was going to say because it's not exactly soft, is it, to actually get that out?
Well, that's that can be carbon steel or tool steel, but he just does it so easily. I don't suppose he could do it with like some of these Super Steels, like
I don't think you'd be able to. You would never be able to. You'd never be able to chisel that out.
No, or 15V or something. I don't think you'd have a chance of chiseling that.
You'd have to mill it out, wouldn't you? Or
you'd need some specialist tooling, wouldn't you? Laser it.
You're not doing that by hand.
No.
I don't think you are. I might be totally wrong, but I cannot see.
Well, you'd need a super hard chisel as well, wouldn't you? Just to even
you need a chisel of the same strength, don't you? Surely, because if you're going to carve 3V, you need to carve it with 3V. If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're going to need something super. Yeah. So I think they can only do it with like the carbon steels.
You can't chop out a piece of wood with a bit of cheese, can you? It's got to be whatever you're carving it with probably has to be tougher than what you're carving, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, I mean that's what Michael was saying. Like O1 tool steel and D2 and stuff.
Yeah,
they make really good. They make like the really good tools for like cutting out carbon steel. Because they act fast. So if it's a stamp, they just hit it fast.
Yes, yeah,
and they can do that all day, and they won't go blunt for ages.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because D2, I mean, I assume was used on lathes and stuff, wasn't it? If it's a tool
It's a really good tool still.
Yeah.
Really good tool still. Michael and Ashley both really, really rate it. And edge retention's as good as Cut.
Yeah. If it's heat treated, right? I mean,
if it's heat treated and it's got the right geometry, it's a great steel.
Yeah. My son was telling me, because he does chemistry and stuff, and he was telling me the way that because we've got rid of our blast furnace, haven't we? I don't know why blast furnace is left, but he was telling me that the way that they do modern steel is why it's so bad, because of the way it's heated. But he was explaining to me why, because of how the structure of that steel is altered by the way you fire it. If you're firing it from the bottom, it's not the same as firing it from the top, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was they sort of line up, don't they, when you heat them? There's
electric ways of doing it. Do theirs with oil.
Oh right.
Oil fired and stuff, because you saw that old furnace. That's why they only work in like carbon steel generally.
Yeah.
Because they do it by like the colour of the steel. Like a
Yeah. You look at the colour of it, wouldn't you? Yeah, when it gets that colour, then you start hammering it and stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Yeah,
it is amazing just to see it work.
Where I went to down my motorbikes is probably the buildings are the same sort of age, and it's all full of little workshops and car workshops and all this, and you just think, I love the fact that we still have little industries like that, because they're all going, aren't they? Unfortunately, with the old bloody the green, the aim for what's it called, net zero? Have you bloody call it?
Well, that's a lot of the reason there.
Crap, isn't it?
Yeah, when a steel place or a knife place or something like that closes down in like Sheffield, you can't open up a new one because you're not allowed to have like the chimneys in the city anymore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So if it's pre-existing, you can carry it on, but once that shuts, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't allow any sort of new ones.
It's a bit totally slightly off conversation. Do you know what eau de vie is?
No.
Eau de vie is the water of life, isn't it? But it's basically it's French moonshine. Okay. So in France, if if your dad, or say if your granddad made it, he would pass it on to your dad, and then your dad could have passed it on to you. But once that generation ends, you're not allowed to make it anymore.
You're not allowed to make it anymore because it hasn't been like past down, so then it becomes moonshine, doesn't it?
Yes, so old people can still make it, but new people can't make it.
Yeah,
because it's like illegal. It's moonshine. Yeah, moonshine.
Unless it's passed down from the to the next son.
I think it's basically made out of like mouldy grapes. I think, to be honest with you, like a bit like dessert wines made out of mouldy grapes. I think eau de vie is very. But I tried it once because a lot of the older sort of people, my friend knows in France. When I say old, sort of 60 onwards, 70ish. A lot of them still make it. And bloody hell, when I tried some didn't try some, and half a bottle of it, but when I was in France a few years ago, and it's like moonshine. It's like some of it's like 50 or 60% proof.
Yeah, that's like when I lived in Greece, everybody makes their own ouzo or their own version of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's like bits of grapevine and anything
really.
God, anything that's left around, it all just goes in.
Yeah, it's all the shit in it. Yeah, all the crappy bits are left over. Yeah.
And they try to outlaw it, and then they realise that literally everybody who like had a piece of land had a still, and they were making it. It's just everybody makes it.
Well, in England, it's still legal to have a still, isn't it?
Yeah.
Must be one of the only countries in the world where it's technically still legal to make actually alcohol. You know what I mean? It's like alcohol, spirit, should I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing and you don't blow yourself up,
Well, the problem with it is you can soon blind yourself, can't you? For making the wrong sort of alcohol.
If you make it too strong, then you go blind and like die, don't you?
When I lived in Devon, a lot of the locals are like local Devon cider.
Cider.
Where I lived, where I lived, it was it was basically like a round circle with like a trough, and they should throw all the apples in it, and then they'd put straw in it, and that would how they would filter it through the straw. It wasn't any and what used to come out, you used to look and think, holy craps, man. But I'll tell you what, man, when it was actually fermented and it was ready to drink, it was really amazing. Yeah, cloudy as buggery. Yeah, cloudy.
Yeah, a bit really like cloudy, but really strong.
Vinegary sort of smelling. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. But you could go down there and buy like a 5 litre container of it for like, I think it was £6 or something, 5 or 6 quid. It was about 20% proof. It was like lethal. But all the locals drank it.
I could go to the local Greek like farmer and you could buy 5 litres of olive oil, freshly pressed. You could buy 5 litres of his homemade red wine that was amazing because there was no chemicals in it.
Yeah,
you could
exactly.
Drink it all night long, get absolutely pissed, and then feel great in the morning.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
My mate in France, he goes out and buys like 20 litres of it. Goes to the local vineyard and they just give him finished at 20 litres of it, and it costs him like, I don't know, something ridiculous, like 10 euros or something for 20 litres of wine.
I was buying 5 litres of their red wine for €2.
€2? What, Greek?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah. What was that?
And that was literally, 90s, I was drinking 90s. Probably a litre a night. So that,
God, yeah. My friend who I live when I go over France, I stop with him. He doesn't buy a bottle of wine. He buys the 5 litre ones, and like he gets through one of them a night. I'm like, Jesus Christ. 5 litres of wine, or what? 5 litres of wine a night, and he's like, I don't know who does it, to be fair. Not 5 litres.
I couldn't drink the ouzo though. It was lethal.
I don't mind ouzo, but to be fair, I have not drunk it. God, since probably the early 90s. The last time I went to Greece.
That was one of those kind of drinks that when you get really, really drunk on it, and you get up the next day, and then you have a glass of water, and it just happens again. It just lights you up again. It's amazing.
Ouzo, yeah. Like you said, ouzo and sangria, weren't it, in Greece? We used to go to like the bar. You ever been to Falaraki, have you? Which is like part of Rome.
I've been to Falaraki, yeah. Once,
once
was enough.
I went to Rhodes, and then a few years later, on the way back from Israel, me and my mate, I said to my mate, let's go to Rhodes. I said, and it was bloody awesome. And do you know what? We went to Falaraki. And I met my dad. I couldn't bloody believe it. So I'm with my mate, clubbing away, and I'm like, I'm fucking sure that's my dad. And my mate went, Dave, you pissed? I went, no, that is my dad. And he'd gone over with his mates on a lad's holiday. I mean, I'd have been 94, so I was, God, how old would I have been 94? 85
94, I was...
Early 30s?
I was 20.
Yeah, I was 30-ish. And I'd done a kibbutz in Israel, and then we decided to go to Rhodes on the way back. Fancy meeting your dad in a nightclub. I was mortified. I went, that's my dad. And he went,
I said, no,
that's my dad.
You must have been about what, 29?
Yeah, 29. I was born in 69. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bloody dad. And with all his mates. I was like, oh, my God.
I could never imagine seeing my dad in a club in like Faliraki. It would just
I couldn't really believe it, to be honest with you. I was like, oh my God. And do you know what? It was funny enough. I spent 3 or 4 months in Israel, and all I wore was flip flops and a pair of shorts every day. And then when I got to, and I don't go particularly brown, but I don't really burn. And we went to Rhodes, like I said, in Faliraki, and God almighty, I had the worst sunburn.
Everyone burns there.
You burn like buggery, don't you, in Greece? It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
I remember going Greece. Second time was about 87, and it was it was the summer when there was people dying out there, like Greeks dying in the heat, and we were out there for like 2 weeks, and it was 106 in the shade.
Holy shit!
I
used to go. I've ran because Rhodes is like a big castle wall round it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And when I went the first time, I was fit as a fiddle. I ran. I probably used to run 5K a day. And do you know what? Even if I thought about it now, I think it'd probably kill me. But back in the day, it was like 100 degrees. I would run 5K. I have a job to walk to the shop though. But I was thinking, do you know what I mean? Mad, isn't it, really? When you're younger.
I remember standing in Rhodes, and there's a little there was a little cafe on the beach, and it was called like something to do with flying or something. And I was in there having like breakfast one day, and I said, "Well, why is this like cafe called like what it is in there?" And he said, "Oh, the guy that owns it has got this little aeroplane." And I went, "No." He went, "Yeah, if you pay him like €40, he'll take you up in it." I was like, yes, I'm going to have like some of that. My girlfriend didn't want to know. She went, there's no way, right? So I went down and met him in the field at the back of the cafe, and he's got this little single-engined 2-seater plane, right? And old wasn't the word, but it was fine. It like started up and it took off, and we were flying around the bay and stuff. And then as we come back into land, I can see this old plane upside down. It was all like messed up and stuff. And I went, huh, look at that. He went, yeah, that's my old plane.
I was going to say, that the one before. Did he crash it then, did he? Jesus.
He'd been flying it drunk, landed it too hard and flipped it.
So when I went in Rhodes, it had like a diving platform out to sea. Was that near where you were?
I was in.
You had to swim. I stopped in Rhodes Town, I think. It's Rhodes Town,
Lindos?
isn't it? Yeah, Lindos, yeah.
Lindos. We know where all the buildings are like white and stuff.
Yeah. Lots of cats, haven't there, if I remember rightly. Lots of cats and lots of mopeds.
Cats, yeah. Cats and like donkeys that can take you
donkeys,
up the hill.
just walking. Yeah, donkeys.
That's it.
Yeah, I went in 92, I think I went the first time. And then 94 the second time.
Yeah.
Mad at it. See, my son has never done anything like that. Like lads, you know what I mean? Back in the 80s and 90s, everyone did it, didn't they? Well, we're all going to go to Benidorm you know what I mean? Or I did Ibiza as well. Ibiza.
I did Ibiza in 91 and 92 with like Kiss radio station.
When I went, when did I go? About that sort of time. Amnesia House and all that stuff was there, and
it was
yeah. I tell you what, man,
it was mad. I've never been anywhere like it.
It was at the Coup Club. Was it the Coup Club? Cafe? It's Cafe Del Mar and all that, weren't it? That time. Do you know what? I saw some things then that even shocked me now. Like we used to go in them clubs, like live sex shows. I'm like, And it's a live sex show, and he'd be like, I don't know, man. Do you know what? It was a different world in them days, wasn't it? I mean, it might still go on now.
I was like 17 when I first went out there, and I'd never seen people living that way. It was crazy. It was mad.
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
So I had to go back the next year just to make sure. I started
in San Antonio. My cousin was working there at the time, and he used to get us all the nightclubs for free. They said it would have been about 92, 93.
San Antonio was great because that was the place to watch like the sun going down at like night time, wasn't it?
And I think one of the clubs, is it Cafe Del Mar? Was it where it used to set? Sunrise, didn't it? It used to rise in the morning.
That's right.
Like, whoa, and it'd be like whoop whoop.
Everyone's still like raving off.
Everyone absolutely off their tits, weren't they? Absolutely off their heads. It was funny, a funny time. My cousin, like, he used to say to me, "Okay, do you want to come?" He'd give me like 4. You could go in there, and I was going, "I can't do 4 clubs in one night," but we used to, because you used to hire the mopeds, didn't you? Get your mopeds.
Yeah, buzzing around on the moped.
Absolutely pissed out your head riding a moped.
Jesus Christ! My mate,
with a pair of flip flops, no helmet, no gloves, nothing.
Yeah, we
stupid. Really.
We came out of the villa in the morning, and we can only count three mopeds, and then we looked around, and there's like 4 of us, and we're like, well, that's my moped, that's his moped. Where's Nick's moped? And then we looked, and Nick's moped, he'd parked it underneath a bus. It was sort of like wedged underneath his parked up bus. Oh, Jesus.
I always used to forget as well what side you should be going down the road, and then they're going down the road the wrong way. I think it was a car coming. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong side.
Used to do that a lot.
I mean, the amount of people. I mean, luckily enough, I don't think I ever fell off a scooter in Greece. I've fallen off scooters in other places, but not in Greece. But you do think to yourself, God, how many people must have like killed themselves for being absolutely shit-faced on a scooter?
I can remember having a scooter in Greece. We were sailing around like the Greek islands with the school and that, and they let me have a scooter when I was 12 years old.
Oh God, yeah, but they start there, don't they, when they're 12?
It was easy.
Spanish, 12 years old, bloody hell. So here you've been 15 here, and it was 16. 16, isn't it? Scooter.
Probably 16 now. I would have thought.
16. Yeah. I'm sure it's 16. 12 years old.
1987, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
You know what? That was a different time. Different time. You could do so much more then, you know. But now we've got laws for everything, haven't we?
There was so much more to do, wasn't there? Because there was way more nightclubs, etc., wasn't there? There was way more accessibility to actually going out and having a laugh. Whereas nowadays, everything's shut, isn't it? There's no nightclubs. There's no.
Young people don't really go out like.
No, they don't. My lad doesn't really go out. I don't think he's ever. Actually, I mean, don't get me wrong. He does go out, but they'll go to Wetherspoons or something. You know what I mean? And just have something to eat, a few beers, and he comes home.
Yeah, students
very rarely goes clubbing.
Party, wouldn't they? For like,
bloody right.
Dressed up in like women's clothes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm glad if I'd have gone to university, I'd have been an absolute bloody nightmare. Luckily, I didn't go to university.
Yeah, I didn't go either. No,
I'd have found everything.
Dave, Nigel says, "Can you show a knife?"
Okay, what would you like to see?
I don't know. Just show a knife. What you got there, you can find. You can lay your hands on.
I've got hundreds of knives. What about that one?
What have we got here?
That's my
nice.
My honk nose trapper. Oh God, I've got.
It's funny you should just pull out a single bladed trapper, because I know Nigel has got a lovely single bladed trapper.
I like trappers.
I like a single bladed trapper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got some nice stag on that.
That's got some great stag on it.
Has it got any backspring on it? No, plain backspring.
Was that one that you picked up from a Conga?
Yeah. I think
it's got almost a bit of like an old style sodbuster blade on it, hasn't it, really? The way it swoops up.
Do you know what? It's got a lovely snap to it.
Yeah, that is snappy.
It's sort of a sodbuster, isn't it? I need to get a nice sodbuster. I'm getting Paul from Ching's.
Yeah,
he's making
have you ordered another one?
It's making me a sodbuster, and my Andy Brock has finished, which is coming that's coming next week.
Slippy got his Andy Brock.
I've not had an Andy Brock yet.
2 or 3 days ago. He's got a Barlow, and it's Yewood, but it's Bog Yewood, and it is beautiful.
I've got a lot of trappers, single-bladed trappers. A Bog. See, I like a bit. I haven't got anything in you, but I've always.
Oh, the U's lovely. It's really nice, and it's a really well-made knife. It's lovely.
Boy.
What's that one?
That's a. God. That's a Rusty Preston, American maker.
Oh, right. Cool.
Lovely bone on it.
Yeah. I love that blade shape.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's almost like, I mean, is that class as a bunny knife because of the curve in it? The big bunny knife.
You know, it's got the right kind of curve, yeah, for sure.
The jigging on that is lovely.
It is nice.
That's got a nice snap. I had to have that I had a new backspring put in it. I bought it off of Mark, and we did a deal on it because it had a bit of play in it, and it got worse and worse and worse. And in the end, I had to have a new backspring put in it. But the gentleman that did it made a lovely job of it.
Who did that work?
Who? What? Sorry.
Who put in like the backspring for you?
Gemini Bespoke Knives. He's a Scottish geezer.
Okay.
Based in just outside Edinburgh, but he took it apart and he charged me like, I don't know, it's 90. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't cheap, but it was such a fantastic knife. It was 90 quid to repair it. It was 90 quid, but what do you do?
There's no point messing about. If you really do like the knife, then just get it done properly.
I was going to give that to my lad, but I was going to give it to my son, but I ended up keeping that one, to be fair.
And instead, you give him the Ashley that you wish you didn't give him.
Oh, no.
How are you getting on with the new Paul Otter one? Is it smooth bone yellow one?
Got that one.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've been carrying this RWO34. I've been carrying it. I really like it, actually.
I love that blade shape. Do you know that?
It's lovely, isn't it? And he's put it's got brass bushings. Is it brass bushings? Instead of it just being clapped, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just between
it's got the line. You probably can't quite. No, you're not going to pick them up, are you? But do you know what? It's broken in beautifully. RWO34. I put a bit of a better edge on it, and that's a great
lovely knife, like a pocket knife.
So he's going to make the sodbuster in the same yellow if he can, and then the Andy Brock I've had made is in yellow jig bone as well.
Because that's smooth bone, isn't it? And the first time it tried to dye, it like came out wrong, didn't it? I think.
Yeah, it came out orange, so he did it for us. I mean, it's faded a little bit, to be fair, but you know what?
They always do. I've got.
It's a working knife, so I'm not bothered.
I've got
very nice
a more maker. So.
Oh yeah.
I've got that trapper, and that's yellow, but it's starting to fade at this side is really starting to fade out.
Wow, yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
But it looks great, you know.
I think, to be honest with you, I don't. From what I can gather from a few people that do it, nobody wants to do it in yellow. I think it's a bugger of a colour.
There's the dye not, yeah. I'm not sure that the dye stays for like a long time.
I mean, I'm not sure whether he did this in a pressure chamber, you know, or whether he just soaked it in dye. I suppose if you did it in a pressure chamber, it would perhaps last a little bit. Do you know what? I'm not even that bothered about it, that it's faded to the.
No, because you want them to have a little bit of age on them. You don't want them to look brand new forever, do you? Really?
No. So it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I haven't got that many, like just bone handles, if you know what I mean. I've got like you say, smooth bone. I mean, the little case. I mean, you've got that as well, haven't you? That little green one.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you know, that hasn't faded at all.
Not yet, no. But I mean, the case when it comes to dye and bone are probably at the top of the game.
Yeah, because they've done so many of them, haven't they? They know.
That is the one thing that
I would have thought they.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how many people use a pressure chamber and how many people just like soak it in a, you know what I mean, in a tub of dye, if you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, rub it on with a rag. I would have thought Case probably do it in a big pressure chamber, don't they? Put in
I
like
would have thought so, because
20
they're
or
not going to be
30
spending that
scales at a
much time
time.
on each knife, are they? Just trying to dye each piece of bone. They're going to bulk do it, aren't they? I think
They're not going to want the comeback, are they? They're not going to want the comeback of just soaking it in bloody dye, and then people go, well, it's fake. Because I've never heard anybody moan about a Case knife fading. Have you?
No, not really fading. I've seen some that, you know, one's got a bit darker and one's a bit lighter, but not really that they're faded out. But that Moor Maker has definitely faded out. I'm guessing it's probably sunlight has probably bleached it because it's bone.
I did leave mine on the windowsill, to be fair, but I mean, he did say to me that because obviously, I think with Paul, Shing sort of oversees what he does. And I think he did say to me that Shing had noticed it when he was making it, that obviously one-sided faded. But like I said, I'm not that bothered about it.
Do you know what though? That was a custom knife at a really good price.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A really good
I mean, the Sodbuster, I did say to him, perhaps we shouldn't do it in the yellow if it's going to fade. And he went to me, if you want me to redo this one, you know, the one that I've just bought, to send it back. And I went, do you know what? No, it's absolutely fine. Don't expect you to unpin it and bloody dye it again.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not fair on him, is it?
No.
Because it was me that asked for it in yellow, and he was like, oh, I've never done it in yellow before.
There's nothing wrong with the knife itself.
No, there's nothing wrong with the knife. No, not at all. And there's nothing wrong with it, the fact that it's faded a little bit. It's not the end of the world.
I quite like the fact. I mean, I could perhaps do something with that Moor Maker, but it's just of its age, you know. It's just.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my Andy Brock.
So what have you ordered?
It's a Barlow with yellow jig bone. The one that I think Griff's got one, hasn't he? A few people have got one, haven't they? Very similar to the one that Paddy's got, but in yellow jig bone rather than the brown jig bone.
Nice.
So clip point Barlow.
Have you gone for stainless or carbon? Because I think Slippy went for
carbon. No, I went for the stainless. Is that the RWL, is he? Is that what he does? Is that, yeah. No, I went for that one.
Yeah.
I did think about going for the carbon. I mean, to be fair, it'll be. I mean, he's finished it, so it'll be here next week. If I really, really like it, I'll probably get one in carbon as well.
Slippy doesn't like stainless, does he? He's not.
I don't, to be fair, but there's stainless in the stainless, isn't there? I know that sounds a bit stupid thing to say, but there isn't there? There's your bog standard stainless, and there's stainless.
I'm a big fan of the tall steels now. I used to quite like stainless. I think for certain knives, stainless is really, really handy. Especially for like me camping knives and stuff. You know, for like
exactly blades. That you use and you might not forget to wipe it down when you get back. You leave it
all the time, can you? Exactly. And you don't have a can of oil on you, or
no. Do you know what? It might have been the Senator that had actually that one did have I don't know what I'd cut with it last, but it had a tiny little bit of rust on the end of it. But you know what? I rubbed it on I stropped it. I stropped it off. Like you said, I rubbed a bit of Smurfpill on it, and it came straight off.
Was it actually rust, or was it just a bit of? Because
I don't think it was rust. I think it was just something that had oxidised the blade. I don't think it was actually rust.
So that is one of my more used Arthurites in just the C70.
Yeah.
And it started to change colour a bit, but I was cutting a lemon.
Lemon. Isn't that one C70 though?
And I didn't realise. No, that'll be 01 tall steel.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, one, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I didn't realise I'd left a bit of lemon on the tip, and I got these lovely rainbow colours.
Yeah.
All rainbow. Amazing.
It's weird how you wouldn't have thought that actually like animal fat would patina it, like, you know, like Matt.
It's the acids and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? And I've noticed that. Oh, you little bastard, a mosquito. So you wouldn't have thought that something that was oil based would affect it, would you? If you know what I mean, because it's oil on oil.
But I was thinking about, do I just polish that out? And I thought, you know what, I'm not, because I think it looks really good.
I don't mind a bit of patina. I have no issue with you know what I mean.
Certainly not on a really heavily used knife as well, which is starting to age now. I mean, this has been sharpened. I've probably sharpened this 5 or 6 times now, maybe more, and then just like stropped it for weeks and weeks.
I had to haven't sharpened it right. I just I get the ones that you like your weekly carry. I just get them all out and I strap them all at the same time. But it's quite funny when my lad comes down. I go, "How's your knife?" He'll go, "Blunt." I'm like, "Finn, I have bought you like 2 stropping bloody strops, compound bloody," and he never bloody use it. I think I need to. I think he expects me to do it, which I don't actually mind doing it, but it does make me chuckle.
I picked up this Rosecraft Nollichucky from Andy when I was at Blade Show, and I've been using this a lot now for like the past 2 weeks. And every time I think this D2 is starting to get a little bit of marking on it, I just give it a wipe down and it just comes off.
Yeah. But his D2 is good D2, isn't it? To be fair.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah. You know what? This is a great knife. I do like this.
I do like those. I think I do need to get one. I did have one. I gave it to my lad. I have the Sodbuster, which I really liked. I need to stop giving things to my son. I think I've decided.
So this Sodbuster that you're having made.
Yes.
What's it based on? Is it going to look like a case Sodbuster?
I asked him to do it like the Britbuster.
Yeah,
I said, but I want it a little bit more in like a slightly bigger height to the blade, so it's like a real bloody big.
Right. So the one that Paddy's got the A.G. Russell Sodbuster type thing,
right?
And the one thing that stands out to me, it's still got that little swoop down on the back of the handle, but it's got a very deep blade, and then it's.
That's what I said. I wanted a deeper blade on it.
I do like the deep blade.
I don't know what grind is going to do on it. I mean, the Britbus has got a hollow grind, hasn't it? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need it, don't you, really, for that height of blade.
I mean, it's still quite a deep blade on that because it's a clip. You know, it's still quite a.
I haven't got a rule like that.
Now it's bigger than a Sodbuster Junior, but not as big as the big Sodbuster.
Yes,
it's right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, the Rosecraft Sodbuster, I bought that. I sent something back on that, and I exchanged it for one of those.
That's right, you did, didn't you?
But the present that I exchanged it for was for my son, so I had to. And he went, and that's one of his favourite knives. But I don't think they've got that yellow one at the moment, have they? The yellow. They've got
yellow sandalwood and black, wasn't it?
They've still got it, have they? The yellow.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they have on Heidi.
I've got both of them. The black sandalwood at the moment is with Michael Harrison. He's got a lot of he's got a load of like Sodbusters because he's working on different patterns and stuff. I've been talking to Griff quite a lot as well, and we're trying to work on a new Sodbuster pattern. One that's looks like a Sodbuster, but has got more of an Arthurite kind of twist to it.
Yes, yeah.
Well, what that twist is going to be, I'm like not sure, but it's going to be like like a £45 Sodbuster. So
yeah, which you know what, I think my days of buying expensive knives are not over, but I sort of suddenly realised, not suddenly realised, but I have realised that when you spend. Say if you spend 50 or 60 quid on an Arthur Wright, when you spend 300 quid, it's not 5 times better. It's
called. What's that called? Is it the law of diminishing returns?
Yeah, diminishing return. Yeah, it isn't 5 times better. It's better, obviously. Yeah,
you might pay 4 times the money, but at twice the money, the knife might be 10% better. At 3 times the money, it's like 12% better, and at 4 times the money, it's like 14% better, you know. But that doesn't mean that it's better to you, because it's like I was trying to say on the live. You know, these Arthurites that you're not really going to get much more of a handmade knife.
I personally think that they could charge more for them, way, couldn't they? And they'd still sell. You know,
there must be a reason why they're not.
A lot more, no, but yeah.
I always think
60 quid.
There must be. So you know, if you go to Bakewell Cook Shop,
the famous one.
No, not the famous one. Tony, for fuck's sake, Tony.
Sorry, Tony.
If you mention splitting Slice's channel when you're there, you get 7% off.
Yeah.
So So you're talking about a £40 knife. There's still room in there to give you a bit of a discount from the retailer. So you are getting such a great knife.
Yeah, you are, without a shadow of a doubt. Especially when I watched that thing, last night, wasn't it, with Paddy? And you see, actually, it's not bloody easy, is it? It's not an easy day making a knife, is it?
I'm trying to say that, Dave. It's not an easy job. It's a dirty, hard,
exactly.
Sometimes not like a dangerous job, but you do get bitten quite a lot.
It can't be when you said to me what you noticed was there was dust everywhere. Can't be good for you, can it?
Actually, he always says that. When he's
well, it can't be. I know from experience, it can't be good for you breathing in all that.
They all hate the smell of stag. When they cut the
it
stag
stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, like burning
on
flesh,
the bandsaw. They said it's horrible. It's like burning hair.
Yeah. Yes, I've got some stag, and I've been fucking around with my Twidgets trying to work with it, and it absolutely stinks. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. It's like, oh god, that's gross, man. But it's like a burning body.
But on the other hand, Ashley says when he's working with the whiskey oak barrel, it smells lovely because it's infused with like old malt whiskey.
Oh god, yeah. And when you get it to that temperature, all the smells come out.
All that smell, as you like sanding it. So
I once fitted one of my old boss's son-in-law. He had a door made out of cider barrels, like old oak cider barrels. And when I fitted it, when I was chopping out the hinges and stuff, drilling all the latches and all that, oh my god, the smell of it was unbelievable. I was like, whoa. Yeah, and it was like you could rub it with your hand, and you could smell it coming out just by rubbing it with your hand.
My father was a cabinet maker.
Oh right.
And he used to work with some lovely old woods and stuff, and he would be like taking off like the polish and stuff. And as a French polisher, I really like the smell of all of like the polishes. But when he was making the stuff and he was like sawing the wood, some of the wood smells were just fantastic.
Oh god, yeah.
So good. I mean,
apple wood's a lovely wood. If you ever work with apple,
juniper.
Juniper berries, obviously, but not juniper wood. I've never come across it.
That French knife that Elan's got like the same knife as me, and I got mine from like Congi, and it comes in a box, and you open the box, and before you can even see the knife, you get this waft of juniper wood. It smells amazing.
I don't know where juniper wood. That's the Middle East, isn't it? Juniper wood. I'm sure it comes to the Middle East, don't it? Always reminds me of Life of Brian. Isn't there a juniper sketch in the Life of Brian somewhere? Juniper berries, or something? I'm sure there's something to do with juniper berries in the Life of Brian. I'm sure it comes from that part of the world. There
for Monty Python, isn't it?
I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
I haven't watched the film for a very long time, but yeah.
Sure, there's juniper in there somewhere. I've never, like I said, I've smelt. I mean, juniper's gin's made out of juniper berries, isn't it? But it's got a real. Is it almost like an anaesthetic-y sort of smell then? Like
well,
like, you know what I mean? Like not like Dettol,
what would I say?
TCT, obviously.
It is a very piercing smell, but it's also very woody.
Yeah.
So it's quite a thick sort of piercing. I don't know really. It smells like chloroform.
Yeah, I was going to say like an antiseptic. Like an antiseptic, sort of. Yeah. Like,
yeah. Does it smell like chloroform, Dave?
I've not come across much chloroform in my life. Still use it, do they? Chloroform?
I have no idea, Dave. What you're asking me for?
You sure? You're not the Mikey, the mass murderer of Sheffield, are you?
I mean, recently I've become a big fan of olive wood.
Yeah, I do like olive wood.
Arthurite have been using it on their base knives, and actually puts it on like the customs as well now.
I've got some nice olive, like my son bought me a little chopping board olive wood. Tony's got that thing, hasn't he? Like that chopping board thing he's got.
Oh yeah. He bought
I do like olive wood.
Tony never used to be a fan of it, did he?
No.
Tony said that he was never really a fan of olive because Tony knows quite a bit about wood and stuff. I don't know why. I think he spends a lot of time
I think
cuddling trees. He's a tree hugger, isn't he?
Cuddling pine cones. You can imagine. I can imagine him in the garden at night with his arms around a big tree, cuddling it.
That boy loves a pine cone. Yeah, definitely.
I do. I mean, what I was going to say, I had that really nice olive wood. I think I gave that to my buddy son as well. That fixed blade, that was olive wood. I don't know if I even got any of my. Oh no, that's olive wood. That one. That's a nice bit of olive wood. Olive wood.
That's a 3D. That's dancing there. That's lovely.
That's Elan's favourite, the old chili knife. That's a nice bit of olive wood.
I've got a really nice piece of olive wood on an Arthurite Barlow, and every time I show it, Elan pops up saying, "Send it to me."
I mean, it's not an expensive wood, is it, to be fair, olive wood?
Well, no, I mean, there's olive trees all over like the Mediterranean and stuff as well, isn't there? You know, it's not a...
Everywhere.
But, I mean, but there's so much difference in it. Even like the plain stuff looks good, but that's quite...
There is so much difference in it. A bit like that, like I said, that chaparral one I've got. Is it chaparral?
Yeah.
Not chaparral. I mean, the olive wood on yours is way nicer.
Yeah, but that's maple, isn't it? Isn't that bird's eye maple?
Sorry, yeah, it's bird's eye maple. Yeah, I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
No, it's bird's eye maple. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I prefer my knife handles made out of wood or bone.
I've never been a massive fan of G10, but G10 on the right knife in the right place on a work knife is fine. But I love bloody wood. But I'm not keen on the darker woods. I've never been a massive fan of like mahogany or even rosewood. Sometimes it can be very dark, can't it? And a bit sort of bland's probably the wrong word, because if you get a nice piece, it's beautiful, isn't it? But
I like
mahogany.
I never used to like stag, and I've got into stag.
Oh, I see. I like stag. I've got quite a lot of stag knives. Yeah.
And now I really like stag, and now I've probably got. I know I've got a lot of some of stag. I like stag. I like the jigged bone. I love wood. I'm coming away from stuff like titanium and aluminium.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've come right away from that.
It feels very cold in the winter. It can look very bland, and it can be very hot in the sun.
That's nice. That's nice.
What's that? Sported? Is it sported?
No, it's some sort of root. It's not actually. It's a root wood. I need to get me buddy. I've got the card for it somewhere. But yeah, it's like a root.
It looks amazing. I love the sort of like the dark definitions in it.
Yeah, it's a root. It's in fact, give me. I don't know what it is. It's got. If you look at it, it's like green. It's got like a green hue to it.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's hard to say, isn't it? But when it's been cut on that side, it's like a greeny colour.
That looks amazing.
I need to. I'll go and get my little card in a minute. Yeah, so it's like ginger's a root, isn't it? It's God, I should bloody know, shouldn't I?
Elan says, "Is it lime root?"
No. I'll tell you what. Give me a couple of minutes, and I'm going to find out exactly what it is. I'll tell you what it is.
But yeah, I mean, like for me, the more natural handle materials now, like the bone and the wood and that's the way to go. For sure. Yeah.
Well, and also they're all individual, aren't they? No two things are ever the bloody same.
Not when it's natural, no. Although I do like my Carter because it looks really good and it's really grippy and it's really strong.
I like my Carter, to be fair. I'm a big fan of my Carter.
And you can jig it as well, and it looks really good.
Yeah, I've not got anything jigged in my car. I'm going to look out for those. Well, let me find out what it is. Every knife I bought, I've kept the card to.
Well, you should do.
You should do, shouldn't you?
Except for the ones that you're giving to your son.
Oh, God. We don't talk about that.
Well, we just did.
It makes me chuckle because, to be fair, he's got a better Ashley Harrison collection than I have, and I bought all the bloody things.
Sean picked up his new Ashley today. I think Slippy got like 3 in a week or 3 in a couple of days or something. Yeah. It was crazy.
Man, got a lot of stickers.
Yeah, Zen, I totally agree. My car is a great material for like knife handle.
I do like my car, especially when you get some of like the really nice bloody micarta. You know what I mean? Like the vintage.
You get all the fancy stuff with the colours in, and if it's nicely polished or worked, and then you can jig it, or you can put like lines for it for like faux posters and stuff. It just looks amazing.
Because it's Ashley that jigs it, isn't it? He does the jig
yeah. I've got a couple
I haven't got anything to jig my car.
I think I've got 2 or 3 of his now that are jigged it, and they look amazing.
How can you actually?
Elan said about the burlap. I love the burlap. I've got an Ashley Britbuster in my burlap. Yeah, I've actually got the Ashley Britbuster in burlap that he made for like one of his customers, and his customers didn't want it because it looked too dark.
Really? He
didn't want it. He didn't want it. So
I like that knife. Oh, come on. No, here we go. Right.
Pick a card, any card, Dave. What's your card?
I'm going through every bloody card. Oh, here we go.
Was that your card? No. Was that your card? No. Was that
right?
Your card?
It's made out of hackberry, so it wasn't a root. Hackberry.
So it wasn't even a root.
No, I'm talking crap.
So you had poor Elan was racking his brains for all kinds of. He was rooting around his brain for all his root names, and it was a hackberry.
Hackberry. I've never heard of hackberry. I think Chris knows what hackberry is. Hackberry.
To be fair, I mean Chris knows quite a lot about sort of woods and knife handles and stuff. He's got a great website. Yeah. I've put Twisted Assisted.
Has he?
On. Yeah.
He's got his own website?
No. He just put me onto one because James Twisted asked me about some other handle materials, and there's some great stuff on there.
Hackberry, not Huckleberry, Hackleberry.
Huckleberry Finn.
It's probably, I would say, I mean, obviously, it's probably a little fruiting sort of shrub, isn't it? Hackberry. Sounds like a loganberry or something like that, doesn't it? A hackberry.
I was
somebody should Google it and find out what a hackberry is.
When I was talking to Beth about knife handles, because I quite like them dark, so I like the ebony and I like bog oak. But apparently, bog oak is almost sort of like 3/4 fully kind of not like wood anymore, and it can be really brittle and it splinters up and breaks a lot.
A bit, yeah.
Almost petrified. Yeah.
I've got a lot of, when I used to keep fish a lot, I've got a lot of that stuff you used to put in fish tanks. Like that's
what
like
petrified. Petrified
wood. In fact, I've got a piece somewhere. Yeah, it was like so bloody dense, isn't it? But I've often thought about trying to cut that and see what it would look like, but I could see it being really like brittle and falling apart. You know what I mean? The grain.
Apparently, sometimes when they're working with that bog oak, they have to sort of fill bits in or like glue bits in again.
Oh right, I've got.
Or they have to drop a bit of glue in the cracks and stuff.
Give me 2 seconds. I've got a nice piece of it. I'll come back.
No, Dave's gone to get his wood.
I've got to get my wood out of the kitchen.
Oh, but you're still on. But you're still on your microphone.
I'm still on speakers, man. Oh, there we go.
Who really wants to see Dave's wood from the kitchen? Anyone?
I'll tell you what. I mean, I reckon Tony's probably got the best selection of wood ever known. That is mate, look at that bad boy.
That'd be a funny shaped handle, that, Dave.
Yeah, but I reckon you could cut it. You could get some nice handle out of it, couldn't you?
Now, what kind of wood is it?
I haven't got a bloody clue.
Because it's got to be quite hard, because you need a hardwood, don't you, to make a knife?
It's rock hard. It's like almost.
Well, yeah, but is that rock hard now because it's gone like petrified or whatever the process is?
I've had that since the 80s when I was into my fish tanks. So that makes it 45 years old. before I even bought it. 45 years old. It's really heavy. I think it's oak. I think it's oak, to be fair.
When it goes fully through the process, it's actually not wood anymore.
No, it's probably not, is it? No, it's like fossilized.
Yeah, but apparently, they have to like fill bits of it and glue bits of it. But ebony is much nicer to work with. Much nicer.
So ebony is that a native English wood then? Ebony is it?
I think no.
Is it from the rainforest?
I think there's only 7 native British trees.
Oak, elm, ash. Oak, elm, ash, beech, birch.
I think there's actually only 7 that are native. All the rest have been like brought in. But I think ebony is an African wood.
I was going to say it's from the rainforest, isn't it? Oh, well, not from the rainforest.
African,
from the plains.
It's very hard and dry, isn't it? And
yeah. So rosewood is an Amazonian. I used to have a really expensive record player back in the day made out of rosewood.
So the very expensive rosewood was Brazilian, wasn't it? And there's all kinds of laws against that because Gibson in the 1950s used to use Brazilian rosewood fingerboards.
Right.
And then they went, I think after that it was Honduras rosewood, and now it's like Indian rosewood.
Right.
But the Brazilian rosewood is the one that is meant to be the most amazing sort of colours. And
I would have said my turntable then was Brazilian rosewood, and I bought that in 1987, something like that.
Yeah, that might have been.
Yeah. That was like
that
whoa.
Was the top
I used to look at it and think, wow, that's amazing. And it was like literally like bloody concrete, like so dense.
Bit like Tony, really dense.
No comment.
All I can say is the famous bakewell shop. Not. There's only one famous shop, Tony.
I don't think I've got anything in rosewood. That my Trevor Ablett. I mean, that almost. I mean, whether it would be rosewood, I doubt it.
We found some Trevor Abletts today.
Did you?
Very
difficult to say what it is. But rosewood is very red, isn't it? A very reddy wood.
It can
also be really dark, can't it? Like
it
really
can also
brown.
be very, very dark. And I think the Brazilian rosewood, if it's well maintained, can go very, very, almost like almost like ebony, Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, we found some. There was a Trevor Ablett peach pruner, and it was stunning.
How much was it?
80 quid.
Oh God, that's a bargain. I should bought it.
80 quid. It was but we've been spending so much money. I was thinking about Tony. I was thinking about Tony when I saw it.
Didn't like that.
And
get it for his 70th.
There was some. But that was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
His 70th,
yeah.
To be fair to him, he don't look 70, does he?
No. I mean, he can move pretty fast, like Sharpshire. Well, when you see like the back of his head, and he just took off.
He can move out the men's urinals pretty fast.
We should get him on this show. That'd be funny.
He did say, "Come on," to me the other day.
He did say that he'd come on. All right, Tony. I'm going to hold you to that.
It'd be good. He's a natural, though, isn't he? To be fair.
Yeah, but a natural what? I've not quite worked out yet.
Bullshitter.
For fuck's sake.
A natural bullshitter.
Yeah.
He's got a heart of gold, though, isn't he?
He's a diamond fella, and I can't wait to see him in April, May. When are we going? May.
He told me the last weekend in May, isn't it? Is it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or is it?
Is it the bank holiday weekend?
Oh God!
I think you can either go down on the Friday or the Saturday, and then people are going to be going home on the Sunday. Maybe?
On the Sunday, I'm going to go down on the Friday then. To be fair,
I might stay the week. Go and see
I'm taking my pizza oven.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Pizzas are us.
See, they've got quite a good pizza place there in Preston, so your pizza's better be good.
What?
They've got a good pizza place
Tell
there.
me there was any competition.
Oh, yeah, we went to the pizza place last time.
Apparently Tony's mum's doing the bar.
Oh, wow. We'll all be drunk then.
And on the pumps.
Oh. Yes, bank holiday weekend, as Sean says. Yeah, so
so it is bank holiday. Perfect then.
Yeah, so it's the bank holiday on the Monday, so I might travel back on the Monday. So
right. Yeah, well, I'm not in a rush. My lad's coming with me, so I thought I'd got out of it because I said to Tony, I said, is it all right for bring him? And he went, absolutely fine. And then I thought to myself, fuck it, do you know what? I don't. As much as actually, he might be listening. He might be because he was going to watch this. As much as I love you, Finn, it would be sometimes that you need to get away by yourself. But then I thought, actually, he'll really enjoy it, so he can come.
Can't he bring is he going to bring all of his knives to show us?
He's going to bring his fixed blade. Yeah, he'll bring a few.
Is it Ashley's? What about his Ashley's?
I could get him to bring his Ashley selection.
You know, the first time we went down there, we just brought out boxes and boxes of knives. There was me, Will, Slippy, Sean. We just got boxes and boxes.
Oh, what, when you went to Tony's?
Yeah.
Well, you took down loads of knives. I'm not taking loads, but I'll take a few.
Will pulled out about 30 fixed blades. He had loads.
I didn't realise Will went.
Yeah. Well, Will didn't stay, but Will just drove over for the day. Yeah.
Well, he's not far away. He told me he was 40 minutes away. So.
Yeah, it was me, Sean, Slippy, and Mark that stayed in the tent.
Right.
My bed didn't fit in my tent. Sean couldn't put his tent up. Slippy put his tent up in about 12 seconds and then just walked away and just called us all wankers. I think Mark got his tent up fine, and then we were trying to make a cup of coffee in the morning, and we had 3 field fires, 1 explosion. There was petrol everywhere.
Did it rain? It was cold, weren't it? If I remember rightly, weren't it? It was minging cold. Weekend.
Was it just before or just? I think it was just before Sharp Shut.
Yeah, it was cold. I remember
it was cold.
Somebody
was snoring.
If you got a campfire, I reckon it'd be Sean. I can see him being a snoring sort of person.
We had a big fire there. Yeah, because the biker gang, they're like the woodcutters.
Well, Tony told me he was going to buy a motorbike. Or he wanted a motorbike.
They've got a big old metal thing there. You just throw in all this old wood and that. But they were throwing on all kinds of plastics and bed mattresses and stuff.
Milk bottles and stuff.
There was. When I woke up in the morning, the tents and the car were just covered in ash. There was ash everywhere.
Hey, what, from the fire?
From the fire.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I love a bit of camping. Yeah,
it's great, isn't it?
Get around the old campfire. It's a good laugh.
We don't necessarily have the most up-to-date modern toilet facilities there.
I'm going to bring my own. I've got one of them porter things, like a proper toilet. I'll bring my own.
I was just going to nip up to Tony's, just knock on the door.
I have actually got a portable toilet because when I used to go camping in my van, I used to have it in the back. I had it hidden in my Volkswagen.
Like a chemical one.
Yeah, chemical. Yeah. I don't know if it'd be much use trying to crouch on it. What most people do is they buy one of them little toilet tents and they put it inside it. But yeah,
I mean they've got like an old drain pipe which you piss in that kind of leaks out onto your shoes and then kind of goes into the ground somewhere.
At the pub.
Yeah, well, at the back of the. You're saying pub like it's this
not
amazing.
Pub, but it's a porta cabin, isn't it?
Well, it's a really big garden shed.
Or is it not even that posh?
It's got a little bar in it, and it's got a lot of old rock and roll memorabilia and stuff, and it's got some comfy seats. It's pretty cool. It is cool, I must say.
I've always liked being camping. As long as I'm warm and dry in my tent, I can put it with anything else. As long as at the end of the night I can get in my tent and it's warm and dry, that's all that matters.
What do you mean by warm? Do you mean just getting in your sleeping bag?
Yes, you know what I mean? As opposed to being, you're freezing your knackers off because you've got a shit sleeping bag.
Have you ever seen those hot tents?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I thought about
like a
getting
little
one.
chimney, and you have like a little wood burner.
Like a folder. Well, when me and my lad went to, we went. I mean, you know, we went like Christmas Day camping and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We didn't have a hot tent, but somebody they had where I go. They've got like a wild camping bit where you're not allowed to take your car and stuff, so you have to walk to it, take your wheelbarrow, and they've got like a teepee, is it?
Yeah. They did like
with one of those in it, and it was bloody awesome. I was like, we went in and they sort of showed us around, but it was quite big. It was like 3 meters across. It was one of the bigger ones.
Those teepees are pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, they're really cool.
And you went inside, it was bloody awesome. It was like red hot, and they were cooking inside it and everything.
Yeah,
there was about 6 people in it.
My mate's got this little wood burning, I don't know, it's on 4 legs. It's probably a foot by a foot. It's got a chimney that goes straight up, but the top of it is a hot plate, so you could actually boil a kettle on it.
Oh, God, yeah. I've often thought about getting a teepee, but the only trouble is they're bloody big, aren't they?
So, it's carrying it all down as well.
Well, I'm not carrying it on the back of a motorbike, am I? I've got in the car. I could take it, but it ain't no good for my bloody motorbike.
Have you thought about getting like a sidecar? We could do like a Georgia military.
My lad wants a sidecar. I went. I don't know if I've never ridden a motorbike with a sidecar. It must be a different experience.
You're not coming up to like Wales on the bike though, are you?
No, I'm coming in the car. No,
that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck no, stop that for a laugh. Do you know what? If it was just me and I could guarantee the weather was going to be really nice, I would come on my bike. But do you know what? I just come in the bloody car. It's just easier, isn't it? Because if the worst comes to the worst and the weather is horrendous, you can sleep in your car, can't you?
Well, yeah.
Whereas you can't sleep on the back of a motorbike.
Oh,
well, you could, but I wouldn't want to.
I think we've got all the same lot coming that came last time. You're coming. I think Elan's coming.
Is he?
As well. I think so.
Oh, fuck it.
I think he's going to come. Don't think he's going to come there because he's doing his bike test, isn't he?
Oh, he's doing his bike test, yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to come down on the bike or if he's going to make it to a train station and then we can.
Oh, bloody hell! Oh, what is that about coming on his motorbike? Is he? Christ.
Paddy said that he can't come.
Brave man.
We've picked a bank holiday weekend and the flights have quadrupled, so
Paddy can't come. I understand that, though. To be fair, because aren't we on about doing it in the summer as well? So this is like the early one.
I think we are going to be doing it again.
Yeah. I do understand because it can't be cheap, can it? It must be costing.
I think once Tony's pulled his finger out, we can probably go sort of like every other weekend in like the summertime. Yeah,
you did say that to me. You can come every weekend
as long as Tony's going to feed us and stuff.
Well, you've got to go to the Woodcutters. That's last Friday of the month, isn't it? The last weekend of the month.
Oh yeah, it's the last weekend of the month. Yeah.
I reckon Tony would be a good host.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, last time I'd give him a solid 1.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give him 1.
I mean, I did like to try to, but he said no. Don't know why.
I could imagine him after a few ciders. I bet he's a cheeky little bugger. I bet he is, isn't he?
We didn't see him drunk, but he went out on his birthday, didn't he? And I had some strange messages on like Discord.
Well, I had one and it said twat.
Dave, that's kind of understandable.
I looked at my message in the morning and I sent him one saying happy 60th, you old bastard or something. And what I got was twat.
No, there was one that he says, Mikey, I'm drunk or something, and then for fuck's sake, and then there was a load of gobbledygook, and then something else, and then I think he put an apologetic one like the next day saying, I don't. I'm like really sorry.
Yeah, that's what I've got. And he went, yeah, I was a bit drunk when I got him. Yeah, you called me a twat, Tony. After all the presents I sent you called me a twat.
He didn't start drinking till he met us.
1973.
I think it's our fault.
Sorry, 1993.
He got some great presents though, didn't he?
Yeah, that's some good, cool stuff.
And you got him a card as well because Elan just got him the messages. And now Elan's decided to go back to cards, so we skipped Tony. So Tony was one that didn't get a card. So sorry, Tony.
I'll send him a card. Because he moaned, because he went to me, do you think you could have found one with the bigger 60 on it?
I thought we said 90. I thought it was the wrong way around.
90. Fucking hell. Imagine being 90 years old.
Oh.
See, my granddad, he was 96, my granddad, when he died. 96.
Not bad going, that, is it? That's a not
No.
bad innings, that.
No, and do you know what? He was a prisoner of war in Borneo, like World War II and all that. So he went to war and he spent the whole lot of it in a prisoner of war camp in Borneo, bless him. He goes, I went to war, he goes, didn't see fucking anybody who went, apart from a load of slitty eye fuckers in Borneo. No offence to slitty eye people, sorry.
When the old uns talk that way,
I know, but that's when he went. He went, oh, fucking slitty eye fuckers.
But
he never talked about it.
My old granddad didn't like Germans.
My granddad, his neighbour, and I take it, he lived in a tiny little village, and ironically, his neighbour was Italian, and he never spoke to him all the years that I knew my granddad. So I think my granddad died when I was about, well, actually, probably in my 30s, but he never spoke to his neighbour ever. Because he was Italian.
Because he was Italian.
He spoke to his wife, but he never spoke to him in 50 years, 60 years, whatever it was. Because he was Italian, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, mad on it.
It was a different time, though, wasn't it? It was
60 bloody years, yeah. Yeah, because when I look back and I mean, don't get me wrong, 30, when I was 30, that was like nearly 30 odd years ago. So you don't really remember, do you? But I do remember sort of thinking back and thinking, yeah, they were. It was a different time, wasn't it?
Completely,
you know what I mean?
Mate. Yeah.
To not speak to your neighbour for 50 years because he's Italian because of World War II is like crazy, isn't it? Really. But I do sort of.
But his neighbour was Mussolini.
Yeah, his name was Mr. Franzoni. Franzoni. There was a lot of Italian prisoner wars, wasn't there? I never realised how many there was over this country.
Stayed here, where I was brought
Bedford,
up down in
there was a lot in
London.
Bedford, yeah.
Victoria Park was a Italian prisoner of war camp. Yeah,
right. Yeah, there was
when the war
Bedford.
ended. Quite a few of them stayed because they didn't want to go back.
Oh yeah, loads of them stayed. Yeah, that's where Mr. Franzoni came from. Yeah. Well, I used to work in Bedford. They had like an old prisoner of war camp for the Italians, and there's a lot of Italians in Bedford. You know what I mean? Like all the hairdressers Italians and stuff. And do you know what? You have a go at them. They were bloody cowards and all that, but it was just a different time, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Most of those people didn't want to fight, did they? Come on.
Would you wanted to fight? Fucking, I wouldn't want to fight. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would always fight for my country, but I do sort of, imagine being like, I mean, 16 years old, wasn't it? Right, you're going to go in the army, you're going to fight for your country. You had no bloody choice, did you?
I just can't wait to go down to Wales and fight like Tony. Really, I reckon I can take him if I sneak up on him from behind.
He likes that. He likes that. Apparently. He does that to all the sheep. Sneaks it from behind.
TK, thank you for your racism. Nice one.
Who, me? I'm not racist. I'm just stating a fact.
Look, Paddy's just put, I'm so disappointed that I can't get to this camp, but hopefully in the summer.
My dad's Jamaican, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Jamaican?
Yeah. He's a white Jamaican. They're coming down. So when's the second one then? Like midsummer, is it? Augusty sort of time. My birthday, that'd be nice.
When's your birthday?
August the 22nd. I'd like a Sabenza. I'm joking. I'd like that one on Congi, that £1,900 one.
Oh, how much?
Have you seen it? What's it called? That special lot one?
No.
Yeah, £1,900. The one that he made that had a
So-
special lock on it. It's not a Sabenza. It's called something else. It's called the something lock in it. 1,900 quid.
Well, I mean, I was going to suggest that I borrow Paddy's knife for the weekend and then just give it to you.
No, that'd be nice. Yeah. No, I'm going to get my son to buy me a Sabenza for my birthday. I've decided.
Have you not told him?
I'm going to make him buy me one.
Oh. Have we?
I've never. Do you know what? If I'm being totally truthful, I think If you got a Sabenza,
No.
I think I've passed the wanting one anymore. 5 or 6 years ago, it was my dream knife, and you couldn't get them, could you? Even if you went on Framer, they were gone, weren't they? Instantly.
Straight away.
Now
yeah.
I think to myself, do you know what? Actually, I don't think it would be something I would spend my own money on. Put it that way.
I'll tell you
anymore.
what. Just after Christmas, if you looked on a lot of the trading pages on like Facebook, there was a lot of Sabenzas up for sale, even
Right.
Magna Cut ones.
Yeah.
A lot of them. I've never seen so many up for sale. S45s, S35s, Magna Cut.
Yeah.
And I thought, why is there so many up for sale? And there was a glut of them.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, the basic bog standard large Sabenza is what? 500 quid, 600 quid?
Stevens was 675 quid.
Yeah.
And that's a small one.
That's a small
Sabenza.
Yeah.
But that is a Magna Cut one with the micarta inlaid handles and stuff.
Yeah. Which is probably the one I'd have with the black micarta. Like I said, I don't know what I'd have if I had that amount of money to spend on a knife. I don't think what I would buy.
I don't think I'd go for a Sabenza. I don't. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a great knife, but I don't think I
would anymore. But 5 years ago, I would have done
with my knife collecting there. No, I don't. That's not me. I'd want to say more traditional. I think.
Yeah, I'd like I'd like a few more Sheffield knives. To be fair, and rather than spending £700 on the Sabenza, I would rather spend £700 on half a dozen nice Sheffield knives.
Yeah, I'm totally.
In fact, you could probably get 10, couldn't you, if you knew where to go for £70 a pop.
It's. I would rather have. Yeah, you are absolutely right. I'd rather have a couple of cuts. This year, when me and Stephen and Judd were like talking about knives, where we see like the year going, I was hoping to get a Shing this year. I was hoping to get an Andy Brock.
I haven't got a Shing.
I was hoping to get the Magna Cut Buck when I was over in Texas, and I was hoping to get a Chavez. By the end of March, I'd got them all.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking.
You've got an Andy Brock, have you then?
I've got a Brock. I've got a Shing.
Yeah.
And I was, and now I'm not sure where to go for the rest of the year. So I think I'm just going to go with Ashley Harrison's.
Yeah, I've got a Matt self-made knife. Matt's making me a knife like Paddy's one, but in a different micarta. It's like a purple micarta.
Right.
So that will probably be. He was waiting to get is it called a fly? Oh, what's it bloody called? The bit that cuts out the nail nick. A fly cutter.
What? Did he not press them out then, or?
No, he cuts them out with a fly cutter, which I do sort of understand. But it was so that, and then Andy Brock messaged me today that's ready, so that'll be here next week. And then I've got the self-made knives, and then like you say, I don't know what I would. I mean, I do like a custom, but I'd be quite happy to get a few more Ashley Harrisons. He's like £150 ones, the ones he drops on Instagram.
Well, they are custom, isn't they?
Yeah.
He's a custom.
2 or 3 more of those. I would rather have 2 or 3 more of those than spend. I mean, I do. The trouble with me is I have expensive taste, and I don't have the money to back up my expensive taste.
You have been blasted. I mean, you've got an Paul Otter, haven't you? You've got another one being made. You've got a Brock. You've got a self-made. You're just getting loads of customs.
But I've always been into my customs more than buying
off the shelf, off the peg.
Yeah, because I do have some Jack Wolves, which to be fair, I used to be really anti Jack Wolf. You know, when Paddy started doing and I was like, I just don't see. To me, it was overpriced, over marketed, and but I bought 3, and then I've gone back to thinking they are overpriced and over marketed, aren't they? If you know what I mean, I've got a full reversal, but I do love the 3 I have, and I wouldn't get rid of them.
That's the thing. They're not a
I wouldn't
bad
buy
knife.
another
They're
one.
a very, very good
I wouldn't buy
knife.
another. They're a fantastic
very
knife, but I wouldn't buy another
materials. And
yeah.
when that last one dropped, it was 355 on Heine.
Yeah. Do you know what my favourite one is?
Mine's the one. I've got the gun stocks. I've got a Vampire, and I've got a little Bro Jack.
Yeah. I've got the little Bro Jack in the.
I like the Vampire.
That one I love. The dog leg Jack.
Yeah.
I love the blade on that.
They're good knives. I can't deny.
It's a fantastic knife.
Got great actions on them, but 355 quid for the latest one.
No, it's too much
on
it. It's a little bloody price.
Come on, I can get a buck from the custom shop in Magna Cut for $190. You know, I can get a Shing. Are they 280? The Brock
is that what a Shing is? 280, right? And Andy Brock
so, about
200, isn't it? Andy Brock was 200, I think.
Yeah, 200.
And the Matt Self was the Matt Self, was 220, I think.
Yeah,
I've got the little Bro in the carbon. I really like that. You get that under the UV.
Something similar.
I've got the UV light somewhere. It looks fantastic in the UV. There you go.
Where's Dave on? Is he just below?
I'm back. Hang on. I'm trying to work out.
Are you just going to blind us all now? We're like talk.
No. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's hard to say, isn't it? In there.
No, I can see like the colours.
It looks pretty brilliant. Do you know what? It's a bit. I mean, I know you can't take knives to nightclubs, but back in the day,
it was like one of my raving t-shirts. Back in the
exactly. That's what I was going to say. If you could have took that to a rave, you'd have been the daddy, wouldn't you?
When you got hot and like the t-shirt just like changed colour.
It does look bloody cool. I mean, it's hard to say in it that light, but I do like the little Bro Jack.
Do you know what though? I showed one of those Jack Wolves to Arthur Wrights, and they said they've only half done the knife because people like to see those grind lines and they like the rough finish on like the bolsters. They've not done a full like process of like polishing and stuff, and it's saving them a fortune.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. And I've got the bar in the gold. Is it that copper carbon? Was it? I can't remember it now.
Yeah,
that's a lovely knife. But you know what? I don't really carry them, to be fair. I carry my Ashley Harrisons more than anything.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd ever see myself carrying a slip joint because I've always. I mean, actually, not because it's legal. It's illegal to carry some of my Spydercos or that, but I could carry them at work because I worked on building sites, so I technically could carry it. Yeah. So you can carry that when you do your photocopy and stuff, can't you?
I carry all kinds of stuff, me. I don't.
I do, to be fair. But I do carry my Ashley Harrisons more than anything at the moment.
But they're nice to carry, aren't they? Because you've got a handmade knife. They like do the job. They are.
And I'm inoffensive. If I go, because I tend to do. I like going to the pub. When I go out on my bike, I like going to the pub and having I only have a couple of pints, but I do like going to the pub. And there's always the same people in those pubs where I go to. It's just like pub life, isn't it? And they love it when I get a knife out. Oh, what you got this week then? I got that, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty brilliant." And they're all pretty cool about it. But I think if I got out with Para 2, they'd be a little bit like, "Whoa, fucking hell, that's a bit like."
Do you know though?
You know what I mean?
You know, you're not meant to take them into pubs, didn't you?
I take pictures of mine in pubs all the time.
Well, we were sat there today in the pub. We were sat there today in a pub having a pub like dinner, and then we got all the knives out on the table, about 50 knives. So
people don't mind though, do they? To be fair, and my mum hates bloody knives. She's like, well, don't know why you spend all your money. Do you know what I mean? And my sister hates them as well. If I show my sister a knife, she's like, I don't want to look at it. She won't even look at my channel. She's like, I'm simped.
oh
Yeah, which I do. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that. I can understand why people are like God. But it's like I say to my son, I don't collect knives because I'm a murderer. I collect knives because I like knives. Well, you'll get
apparently,
caught. I said, I can't get caught because they're legal.
Apparently, Tony said that he gave you one. What does he mean by that? He gave you one.
Tony gave me lots of knives.
Oh, he said, if I remember correctly, when I met Dave, he didn't own an Arthur Wright.
Tony gave me that one.
Is that an Ettrick?
Certainly is.
Yeah, they're a nice little knife. Actually, thinking about doing those, but in reverse.
It's a crazy shape, isn't it?
He's thinking about putting the blade opening on the other side.
Oh, is he?
So the handle would swoop down.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, got you. I think that came from Lidlow, didn't it, Tony? Is he there? He's got a little shop, hasn't he? So that was, I mean, it's a fruit knife, isn't it? I assume. Technically what it was. Like for apples and pears and that sort of thing.
Just a little everyday sort of warnie, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's just like, just like a penknife. Apparently, Elan needs one of those.
What was I watching the other day? It was so I was watching like totally nothing to do with knives, and they popped up. It was sort on YouTube, and it's about French people when they were making and because they were doing so many of them, they were literally lying down doing them.
Oh, the grinding.
Yeah.
So they would lie down on these like tables. They would often have their dogs there that would lay on the back of their legs to keep their legs warm.
Yeah.
Because these buildings weren't like heated. And then they'd be grinding at a will and they wouldn't get a bad back. So they'd be lying down doing all the grinding on the stones. They'd have a dog laying on their legs to like keep them warm. And they'd just be there grinding. Blades. Amazing.
Mad at it. It's
like earning living like that, being a blade grinder.
I know,
laying down.
exactly. You think, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's a bit like the house that I lived in when I lived in Devon, back in the day when it was a cattle barn, because it was basically a cattle shed, that the people would live above the cows, wouldn't they, to keep themselves warm?
Yeah.
So the cows would be underneath and then people would be above it.
Well, it would serve like a dual purpose. You could also keep an eye on your livestock, couldn't you? And keep them safe.
And but plus keep you warm. It's like, Jesus Christ. I
think
we're going back that
smelly,
way.
all that methane.
Oh, I can imagine it'd be a bit whiffy, wouldn't it? Like cow poops. I mean, to be fair, the way we're going back that way, aren't we? We'll be buy a cow, keep you warm.
Well, I've just said about reversing that Ettrick, and it seems to have gone down quite well in the chat.
I know what you mean. So it goes. Suppose it goes.
So the blade would swoop down.
Up.
So the handle would swoop down as opposed to up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got many. I mean, I haven't got many that style of knife, to be fair.
Apparently, Sean's quite keen on trying to earn a living on Grindr.
Grinding or on Grindr?
On Grindr. I'm not quite sure that he knows what we're talking about, but he's on Grindr now, apparently, trying to earn a buck.
Totally be good on Grindr. Apparently.
What about a fat Ettrick like that Juniper Frenchie? Well, that would be a Juniper Frenchie. Made in Sheffield.
I reckon that's the only Ettrick I've got. Who was it? Who was the channel that had all the Ettricks that broke? That was
American guy, wasn't it?
Yes. So that's the oldest prudery thing I've got. That is bloody old.
Who's that made by?
God, I just hang on, like that. It's a Robeson.
A Robeson? Is that a Robeson?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
I got that. I bought a box of 10 knives, and that was in with it. It's got a lovely action.
Don't you let Tony see that? Tony likes a pruner.
I was going to give it to him actually as a gift. It's got a lovely patina.
Hang on. You said that you was going to give it to him. It's just been his birthday. You sent him some gifts, but you didn't send him that. So you obviously
I wasn't going to give him his birthday. I'll wait till his 70th. It's not far away, is it?
No.
I'll take it to Wales. You can have it.
Wales.
It's blunt as buggery. Oh no, actually, no, it's not. Sharpen it. Actually, it's actually bloody rare, isn't it?
It's not
a
nice
lot of wear
George
on it.
Wilson home peach pruner.
No, I'll swap it for the George Wilson home peach pruner.
No, you can't swap it. It's his birthday knife.
What's that? Cranberry, isn't it? I love that knife. I've only got one in cranberry. That's my GEC, I think.
I've got a few now. It's one of my preferred colours for like jig bone. I must say. I've got one up there.
Yeah, I think it's it. Yeah, it's the only one I've got, cranberry.
I've got a couple of George Wilson homes. I've got a couple of Rogers and some other bits and pieces.
And cranberry. I do like cranberry, to be fair. It's a nice colour on it. What was that?
Right, we've been on for like a while, Sean.
We're out of time, are we?
2 hours. We've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours of crap.
2 hours of just talking complete and utter bollocks.
Get rid of them.
So that was fun. We had quite a few people in. There's still 18 people in there. So it's probably time for them to turn in and go to bed. And me as well, because I've got to go knife hunting tomorrow.
What time you go?
We're going to meet up at 9:30. Have I got that right, Sean? 9:30, I think it is.
Well, I'm going to miss...
So we're meeting in Sheffield, and then we've got a 10-mile drive down the road.
Is that what it is? Yeah. The last I went to Barnsley, I went to, I think the Grand Union, I don't know if it's called the Grand Union Canal, it must be the North, I don't know what it's called where the canal gets up that part of the world. My ex-wife's dad had his canal boat around Barnsley area. And then you've got Skipton, haven't you, which is a bit further up.
Yeah. Well, you're just off the M1, aren't you?
I'm literally Watford Gap service station. If you could get off at Watford Gap service station, I'm literally 10 minutes from there.
Right.
I'm junction. Yeah.
You're going to have to drive up because I think it's like a 2-hour drive.
I'm going to drive up. I said, as soon as I've got a lot of my crap out of the way, I'm going to. Yeah. I'll come up. I was going to see if I could pick Tony up and pick him up and come and see you. Go shopping.
Pick up Tony. So you're going to think.
Yeah, I'll do a little detour and come up. Yeah.
Okay, that makes no sense at all.
No, it's not really a detour, is it? But I'm going to go pick him up on the motorbike, and I'm going to take him on the back.
Oh, well, yeah, and I believe you're a guest on Mark's and
Sunday,
on Sunday night, aren't you?
Sunday, yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah,
so you are one of their guests, so you need to plug their show for them.
Now,
if you want.
What time is it? Is it 9 o'clock?
9:30 on Sunday night.
9:30 on Sunday. Yeah, I should be there. We're going to do what going to be five EDC items, not including the mobile phone.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to do I was going to do 4 knives or a Zippo.
Right, and you can also catch Slippy and TK on Sunday at 6 o'clock with me and Sean as well.
Are you both on it?
We're both on it. Yeah. So we shall see everybody again on Sunday. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mark's. To be fair, it'd be cool.
I've done
a posh 5 and a budget, not a budget, but a normal 5 items.
Yeah. And it's good when he does like the keep, carry, scrap, because that always goes well.
Are they off Congy? I might even get the turd knife out.
Oh, nice. Right.
Not really.
And on that note, everyone, we shall end it there.
Turd out. Over and out. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for coming on, guys. Cheers for that. Cheers, Dave.
Thank you, man. Over and out.